Hey folks, Luke Mullen here with the Lincoln Journal-Star's Four Downs, bringing you this week's Nebraska football practice update. Head coach Matt Rhule, of course, met with the media today to break down the recent loss to Minnesota. And safe to say, his tone, very businesslike, a lot of focus on the improvements, the areas in which Nebraska did not perform well in that loss to Minnesota. Those issues were myriad. Rhule rattled several of them off, not limited to pass protection, run defense, tackling, offensive cohesion, defensive ability to stop the big play. Yes, it was pretty much everything. He said special teams was pretty much the only thing that he liked from that game. But in terms of what Nebraska does from here, similar process. They came back in, watched the film, broke it down, what they did well, what they didn't do. Rhule spoke about a lot of the work that they do in practice to address these issues is still the same, but he said it falls upon the players. He thought that he prepared this team. He told them how physical, how tough Minnesota would be all week. Said he was very disappointed that the Huskers came out and were a little surprised, frankly, by that physicality that Minnesota showed. And in terms of where that played out in the trenches, of course, you look at the pass rush in particular, Minnesota 9 sacks, Nebraska only 1 in terms of affecting the quarterback. That was the story of the game. And for Nebraska, how do they solve this issue? Well, a little bit of good news. Rocco Spindler, who exited that game with a hand injury. Rhule said he had surgery over the weekend. Comes down to pain tolerance. Expect him to maybe have a little club, a little there on his hand, which was injured, but should be able to go. He's a tough player. Expect him to be back there at guard. Elijah Pritchett as well, ejected for that targeting penalty. He will be back as well for the Huskers. But in terms of dealing with the pass protection, well, it's not just offensive line. Rhule said running backs missed three of those sacks. 3 of them are on them. He said he liked how Dylan Raiola extended plays, said he avoided 4 or 5 more sacks, but what he didn't say is, of course, Raiola ran into some trouble at times too, dancing around. But he was under pressure all game long, not something that he could deal with. It starts, of course, up front offensive line. And, of course, from a play-calling perspective, Matt Rhule calling out the coaching staff. That might be a little bit more inflammatory than he intended it, but he mentioned offensive coordinator Dana Holgorsen, offensive line coach Donovan Raiola. He said, responsibility's on Dana, it's on Donnie. He said, it's on me, it's on the players. Of course, he said it's shared. It's ultimately up to the coaches to prepare the team, but he said this is a veteran team. He expects them to play well. He liked what they showed in practice, and he thought, frankly, they did not show it in that game, and that's on to the players, he said, to show that same level of consistency. And, of course, it's on to Northwestern. All of these issues, some of them are similar to what Nebraska had. You go back to week 1 against Cincinnati. Well, they're all on film for their opponents to see. Northwestern will be looking to exploit them. And Matt Rhule said, frankly, these players have to play better for the fans. He said, if they play as poorly as they have done, he said he would not be upset if the fans boo them this Saturday. Those are strong words from a head coach who often issues the rallying cry on these Mondays. And his tone today, as I said, very businesslike, focused on the mistakes, shows exactly how Nebraska will be approaching this week's game against Northwestern.